The sixth episode finds Jacob Dutton, Harrison Ford, preparing to wage war against Banner Creighton Jerome Flynn, after the Dutton family has recovered from the devastating loss of their loved ones. Spencer and Alexandra continue their journey and conquer the obstacles the ocean presents in the episode titled One Ocean Closer to Destiny. Kara and Jacob disagree over Jacob's desire for vengeance. Here's everything that happened in 1923, Episode 6 on Paramount+. The first scene of the episode shows Tina with Hank, who she now appears to be safe with. They decide to dress her in boys' clothing and burn her school clothes, but they decide not to burn the Bibles out of fear of backlash. Instead, they bury them. This is the last time we see Hank and Tiana in this episode. Tiana will be known as Jo when she is clothed as a boy. They travel to see Hank's son, who will be in charge of tracking down Tiana's father. Two stern sheriffs show up at Tiana's grandmother's house as the search for her grows more intense, presuming that she is there hiding. The sheriff accidentally knocks Tiana's grandma to the ground during a fight. She hits her skull and passes away instantly. The sheriffs clarify their account, depart from the residence, and get on with their work. Jacob is once more roaming around the Yellowstone Ranch with the aid of a stick. Jacob informs rancher Zane that Spencer is returning and that once he does, they will have an army at their disposal to defend themselves. Kara and the sheriff are in the town interviewing potential new livestock agents. Her husband had already cautioned her not to put her complete trust in anyone because Banner might be hiding someone. There don't seem to be many qualified applicants, yet Sheriff McDowell immediately hires a ginger-bearded man with a Scottish accent. Jacob is watching the mountains as Kara returns to the property later. He points out a cut where it appears that they are creating a new road. Jacob is informed by Kara, who has leverage over him as a nurse, that they will be updating their living conditions by buying a generator, a clothes dryer, and a motor vehicle. From the work that is being done, Jacob can see that they are busting a mine in the property to the north, and will be doing the same in the south in order to squeeze what's in the center. Kara asks the sheriff to visit the ranch to meet Jacob because of all the impending danger. William reprimands Jacob for enforcing the law on his own during the argument, and Jacob pulls open his shirt to reveal his gunshot wounds. The sheriff says he won't permit another range war in Montana because there has already been one in Wyoming, and that he will arrest Banner the following morning. Jacob departs while still enraged and with thoughts of retaliation. If it's retribution he wants, Kara passionately tells him he's at the end of the line because everyone else suffered more while he was recovering. He mounts his horse and attempts to leave despite this, intending to confront Banner. Jack and Elizabeth are talking about the pregnancy in bed. She assures him that the baby is their future even if he can see the bullet wound on her abdomen. Later, Kara discovers Jacob has come back. He never actually confronted Banner. He explains to Kara that his goal was preservation rather than retaliation. His descendant John Dutton III has the same objective in Yellowstone now as he had 100 years ago. Kara is told by Jacob that she has endured enough and that it's their turn now. When Spencer and Alex were last seen, their boat had sunk after colliding with a ghost ship. Being the first to emerge, Spencer goes back down to collect Alex after hearing some thumping on the ship's hull. As he descends to obtain supplies, he brings her to the surface and places her in a secure location. She notices a safety ring and goes towards it despite his warnings, but the tide pulls her away from the boat. As she acknowledges that it wasn't her best performance, Spencer saves her once more. The two remain stranded on the capsized boat for 6 hours while they wait for rescue from the folks Spencer was able to telephone. As sharks begin to circle the ship, things get even worse. They are still managing to exist, barely, but their trademark banter is still there. They remain there all night, managing to sleep on their unstable perch. The sound of a horn in the distance wakes Alex, who then notices a dim light miles away. He repeatedly discharges his gun in the air in an effort to gain their attention. The light eventually shines in their direction. They miraculously survive thanks to crew members from the British Navy. When they board, Captain Shipley, Joseph Mall, greets them and offers them both a drink. But now that the rescue ship is en route to Marseille, France, where they can arrange a direct flight to the United States, their journey has actually become simpler. The issue of Alex's visa comes up, and the captain warns them that it might take months to get her in. Spencer's answer is to have the ship's captain marry them there since they are in international seas. Spencer wants to do a brief ceremony in their room, but fortunately the captain has a box of rings from sailors who have passed away. The captain provides one of the rings he wears around his neck on a chain because the others in the box are all too large for Alex's fingers. It is his wife's, but he says she would be okay with it. The couple vows to stay together and is sent off to their quarters with a package of necessities they almost forget to bring with them. They exchange vows, and as they cross Egypt and the Suez Canal, they make their way outside to the deck of the ship. Another act of love is expressed when Spencer tells Alex that he believes all of their conflict is the universe's way of asking them to return her to her rightful place, but he was too self-centered to accomplish it. She tells him she has no desire to return at any time, even if it means my death, as Alex puts it.